Hey guys, this is Michael Myers 101, and today I'm doing my spoiler review of Halloween Ends. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you can check out my spoiler-free review in the card above. So this is your spoiler warning. Now, as I said before, this is a very divisive film, and it definitely doesn't go the way the fans were expecting it to. Similar to my spoiler-free review, I'm going to be going over my pros and cons list for the movie and concluding with my final thoughts. However, this is going to be going into much more detail to explain exactly what I liked and didn't like with the spoilers added. So let's start off with the pros. First of all, I like the new direction and originality of this movie. I liked how they introduced Corey Cunningham and showed his turn into a new villain. I also thought it was really interesting how he was, he kind of became Michael's sidekick or mentee in a way. And we haven't really seen anything like that in the series before, so I thought that was really cool. Second, the music is great. John Carpenter, Cody Carpenter, and Daniel Davies are back, and they've done it again. I really liked the new creepy themes they created for Corey, and how they combine them with the classic themes to represent Corey turning evil and kind of teaming up with Michael. I also like the song Burn It Down by Boy Harsher that was used to represent Allison and Corey's relationship. I thought it worked really well, and using Don't Fear the Reaper in the credits was definitely the icing on the cake. I liked the ending. They had a legit, definitive ending with Laurie killing Michael and grinding up his body. As I said in my spoiler-free review, they definitely didn't take an easy way out or try to leave things hanging for the future like a lot of people were expecting. I liked that it had better dialogue than Halloween Kills. It got rid of that unrealistic, cheesy dialogue. And as I've said, I think that was kind of my biggest issue with Halloween Kills. So I'm glad they improved on that. I love the opening scene. It introduces us to Corey Cunningham really well and explains why he's hated by a lot of the town, since they think he killed the kid he was babysitting on purpose. I think it's actually maybe the most scary and suspenseful scene in the film, because you really have no idea what's going to happen or who's sneaking around the house when Corey's searching around and the knife goes missing. I thought that was a really well done scene. So now for the cons. First of all is Laurie's attitude. As we saw, Laurie's kind of trying to move on and live life as this movie begins. I didn't really understand how she's able to do that after her daughter was killed at the end of Halloween Kills and Michael is still out there on the run. He could come and get her at any time. And you compare that to Halloween 2018 when Michael had killed some of Laurie's friends like 40 years in the past and was safely locked up in a mental institution, but she wasn't able to move on at that point. I also thought Allison's behavior was a little confusing. I didn't understand why she was so attracted to Corey. I feel like she's just way out of his league, to be honest, and it didn't really make sense to me, especially as he starts turning evil. And he's also just kind of this weird guy, this outcast that's hated by a lot of the town. And he even literally tells Allison I just killed someone, and she doesn't even seem to mind at all. I just thought it was really kind of unrealistic. Another issue I had was that there didn't seem to be that many actual scares or suspense, especially compared to Halloween 2018, where there were some very suspenseful scenes, like when Laurie's searching her house for Michael, or when Oscar gets attacked by Michael with the motion sensor lights going on and off. I thought those were really good, really suspenseful scenes. I felt the screen time was unevenly distributed. I didn't understand why Michael was shown so little for the concluding chapter of a timeline and an entire series that has featured him as the main villain in every movie. I didn't understand why there was so much time spent on Corey, even though I did like the originality of his character. The payoff of Corey Cunningham was kind of another issue I had. There wasn't really much payoff with Corey getting shot by Laurie and finished off by Michael. I feel like his character and story had untapped potential, and I wish they could have given him a more meaningful ending to maybe make some kind of statement about the effects of evil or something along those lines. Another issue I had was the portrayal of Michael was inconsistent to me. So we're told that Michael gets stronger by killing people. As Laurie said in Halloween Kills, the more he kills, the more he transcends. And we see how there's an effect on Michael when he kills the police officer that Corey leads into the sewer. So given that, it didn't make sense to me that Michael's still so weak after the homeless guy tells Corey that Michael's been, dragging people into the sewer and killing them. And, also remember at the end of Halloween Kills, he killed, a whole mob of people plus Karen. Now, I appreciate that the mob did actually seem to damage him, which does give some payoff to the fight in Halloween Kills, but I feel like Michael should have been stronger at this point. It was kind of lame how Corey was able to wrestle him and steal his mask. I didn't like how Laurie described Michael as just a man at the end. I feel like anyone who survived the things that Michael has survived and becomes stronger by killing people must have some supernatural powers. And I wonder if Laurie was really just trying to use that to insult Michael, and it isn't actually true and isn't something we're actually supposed to take literally. I did make it a little better when Allison says he's not dead enough, which leads to them grinding up Michael's body. And I kind of like to think that Michael would have come back if they hadn't taken that final step. So in conclusion, as you know, this is a very divisive film. So a lot of you may love it, and others of you may hate it. For me, I think it's somewhere in the middle. There were some things that I liked, some things I didn't. I definitely think it had the potential to be a lot more if they had given more of a purpose to the Corey character, and also taken some of his screen time and given it to Michael. However, I did have a good time going to see it with my friends, and I've already ordered the movie on Blu-ray, which is supposed to include some extended scenes. I guess we'll see if the new footage changes anyone's opinions of the movie. Anyway, that's it for my spoiler-filled review of Halloween Ends. Thank you guys for watching. Got lots more videos coming, so I'll see you guys soon.